สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Rewati Pasunuramon and you're watching Business Frontier on TIN Network. In this edition of the show, Business Frontier will tackle something we've never done before, the business of bikes. Now, we're here on location at Bike Specials, and joining us on the show, we have Kun Piyawat Paichayanont, Marketing Director of Bike Specials with us. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
May I call you Kun Golf?
Yes, sure.
Okay, Kun Golf, welcome to Business Frontier. Now, I had a crash course about what a bike is when I got to the store just minutes ago. Now, tell us a little bit about the overview of the bike business in Thailand.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, how big is it?
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank you for coming
Thank
here.
you,
And
thank
you come
you.
to the right place. We are specialists in bike. And about the bike market in Thailand, it's getting bigger and bigger. Right now, it's estimated around 3 billion baht of the market.
Wow, 3 billion.
Yes.
Are we talking about bikes that we kids ride on the street, or are we're talking about special bikes?
The market includes everything. So if we segment market, so actually we can have two big market inside. The first one is a local make in domestic bike, and the other one is imported bike. And since we are specialized in bike, we tend to focus more on import bike.
All right. So domestic bikes, what are we talking about? What are the brands out there in Thailand?
So the famous one in Thailand, people know about, for example, LA.
LA Bicycle.
Yes,
I
that's the
heard
one
the advertisement.
Yes, that your mom can bike to the market and buy things like that.
Yes, and then other brands in Thailand. What are the popular local brands of bikes? What else are there?
What else are there?
Or are they not that many?
Actually, I don't think the major player will be LA, and the other will be quite fragmented.
And the imported bikes, what are the popular ones?
The imported one, we have a lot of, for example, we have very super bike like Konaco.
Okay,
from Italy.
So we're talking about bikes that kids buy. I want a bike for my birthday, and then
Yes.
we're talking more expensive ones, right?
Yes.
So we have super bikes.
Yes.
The equivalent of bikes, equivalent of a Ferrari or Maserati.
Yes.
What are they? That you said earlier.
Konaco.
Konaco.
Yes.
So that's Japanese.
That's from Italy.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What's so special about Konaco?
I probably think about the design. For example, like the one that we got for the grand opening here, they got a gold. Yes.
Real gold.
Real gold attached to the bike, and that it makes it so special. So I would think that what did make that different would be the design.
Okay.
Design quality.
Then what else are we talking about? We have Konaco at the top of the pyramid.
Yes.
What else are out there?
So the rest of the bike for the import market in Thailand is very fragmented because before the imported bike in Thailand is relatively small. As right now the trend of bicycle becoming more popular in Thailand because of the green energy here that people want about the price of gas.
The rising oil prices.
Yes, and the government support and policy that try to support more on the bicycle. They make it bigger and bigger, and also the trend of people want to bike along the mountain, and that become more popular. And this make this imported bike getting bigger. So before we only see the two big segment and the imported bike from Europe that I talk about, and the other one from China that quite a very low price. But right now we tend to have see the market shifting toward to the medium one, and that's why we are here for.
So there's of course the simple market of local bikes.
Yes.
And then there's the imported market that ranges from the least sophisticated, least expensive to the more expensive one. And you're saying Bike Specials is somewhere in the middle of the imported category.
Yes.
All right. So define middle. I mean, what are we talking about? A good combination between price and sophistication.
Yes, I actually think that the middle market is relatively new concept to Thai market. When you talk about imported bike before, like maybe 5 or 10 years ago, you think about super bike. But 5 years ago, we have the new concept of imported bike from China, which is low price. But right now, we have a medium price that you want a good quality of bike that you can ride with your friend, why you want under the limited budget.
Okay.
And that is a concept of a medium market that we have here, that everyone can own a good bike, everyone can have a professional bike, and that's why we are here.
Now, when you say a good bike, I mean, to me, first of all, I'm a girl.
Yes.
I don't like bikes. I don't know how to ride a bicycle. What's a good bike?
Okay, so basically the good bike is the feel when you ride the bike. So basically you got to have a good equipment in the bike that can support you when you ride a bike.
So it's got to feel fast. Is fast good?
Depends on you.
On what you want?
Yes.
Okay. So it's got to be smooth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would say the functionalities must support your needs and
okay.
yes. For example, you would decide a speed that the bike the good bike must can provide a speed for you with a stability.
So it's got to be fast.
Yes,
and it got to keep you upright.
Yes, that's
well.
right. That's right.
Okay. So how many types of well, I wouldn't call it needs, but segments is there in the imported market? You said earlier about speed.
Yes.
So there are people that want bikes that can ride really fast.
Yes.
And they do this
Yes.
biking to outside
Yes.
of the city.
Yes.
What else are there?
So basically we have three main categories for imported bike. The first one we call a road bike.
Okay.
Road bicycle, you can see the wheel very thin and very small.
Some of the ones over there.
That's right, that's right. And that's the one for the one who really prefer speed.
Okay, so when I see thin wheels,
Yes.
I would know it's a road bike.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And
what
the
else?
other one is a mountain bike. The mountain bike is designed for rough terrain. You want to be a more adventure, like going to the mountainside, something like that. So the wheel is bigger for more, so you can
bigger with a lot of threads on it, so
yes,
it
yes.
hangs on to the
so
surface.
in trading off with less speed, but you have more stability with the
and you
wheel.
can climb up hills and
Yes.
so on and so forth.
And the last category, I would say the one for leisure bike. For example, we have a bike for kids over there, or a small bike that you can carry with you anywhere, something like that.
Oh, so leisure bikes, we're
Yes.
talking about bikes that get you from point A to point
Yes,
B.
that's right.
Or for my nephew or my nieces
Yes.
to play around
Yes.
in the backyard.
Yes.
Okay, so 3 different categories
Yes.
of users
Yes.
for bikes. Now, with that said, in the development of the bike industry
Yes.
in Thailand, what is the fastest growing segment?
Okay, so right now we can see that as people are more interested in bike, the spending power are getting higher and higher. So we see the movement from the domestic bike into the imported bike, from the low end of imported bike to medium bike.
So it's almost as if the first bike would probably be something
Yes.
made in locally.
Yes.
The second bike would be something probably imported from a less expensive
Yes.
origin country.
Yes, yes.
And then they move into
Yes.
the more expensive
Yes.
ones. But maybe not so much from the Italy.
That's
the
right.
bikes
You can
from
see
Italy.
that if you segment the market, in important bike, the gap between medium and the high end is so huge. You can see
Okay.
the price is totally different.
Wow. Okay. Leisure bikes. How much is a leisure bike?
Leisure bike.
One bike.
Okay, for imported one here.
Yes, imported.
You can buy it from 15,000.
15,000
yes,
baht for
15,000
one
baht,
bike.
yes.
Okay.
For example, in here, the average price that we have here is like 15,000 baht for a leisure bike that you can have
Wow,
here.
that's not cheap. I thought bikes are like what 2,000-3,000 baht.
That would be
no.
the local.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
this is something with a little sophistication to it
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Okay. Then we have what about the road bikes and the mountain bikes?
Surprisingly, the price for imported bike are not that different. For example, the road bike and the mountain bike would be pretty the same price for the
About
import.
15,000
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
but we're talking about the cheap stuff,
Yes.
locally made.
Yes.
They go for what 2,000-3,000 baht.
Yes, that's right.
And there are actually people who want to spend 5 times that amount
Yes.
for imported bikes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the purpose is different. For the local one, actually people want to buy just for transportation. That's just a mean of transportation. But for imported one, for the sophisticated bike, we are not talking about the transportation. We're talking about sport. We're talking about exercise.
It's no longer a necessity.
Yes,
it's
that's
a
right.
toy.
I would not say the toy is, for example, like you have a car that you can deliver a parcel from you to one place to another place.
Yes, point
and
A
sometimes
to
you
point B.
want a car that can suit you better, provide your comfort. And other people just want a car that you can drive fast and in racing, and that is different.
Well, I call them toys too. All right, so Kun Gop, back to the question of which is the fastest growing segment. Is there more demand for leisure bike, mountain bikes, or road bikes?
Okay, I would say right now, the fastest growing segment will be the mountain bike. Because right now, you can see that Thailand has been promoting with the tourism, and people right now, the trend right now is going forward to the mountain bike.
So when people ride mountain bikes, I mean, this is going to sound really stupid, but what do they do and where do they ride them?
Okay, from our research from our customers actually, they want to hang out with friends during weekend, and they ride the bike in group to the mountainside like Khao Yai for enjoy the time.
From Bangkok?
Yes, yes.
They ride bikes from Bangkok?
Yes.
Wow, okay,
yes.
so it's the exercise.
Yes.
And of course, providing them with an opportunity to meet with friends with similar interests,
yes.
right?
That's
what
right.
are we talking about? Are we talking about, 60-year-old men riding bicycles, or who are actually the main consumers of or buyers of bikes or imported bikes in Thailand?
So usually, I would say that the main buyer for the imported one who will be the person who value the quality of the bike. So that's the one who want to have a quality bike maybe for their leisure. They want to be good as a professional, something like that. So for example, our main customer will be a corporate worker who is around 30 years old, and they want to spend their time with their friends, hanging out and exercise by biking around the mountain area.
So is it safe to say as well that the 30-year-old corporate workers will need to be sort of health conscious?
Yes, yes, and that is a good point that right now people become more health conscious, and which make this segment is growing much faster.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, you would imagine that a normal picture of a corporate worker, 30-year-old, Friday, hey, which pub are we going to tonight? And not exactly biking, but you're saying the trend is growing?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Do you have numbers of how many corporate workers actually have bikes, or the rate of growth?
I don't have a number right now. You can see that from our customer base. This target group is getting bigger and bigger.
Are there any female or women who are interested in imported bikes?
We can see more female customer coming into store as well. Maybe joining her husband or her boyfriend.
Being forced to, being forced to, or the husband could disappear for the weekend. She would want to participate.
So right now we have a female-friendly bike for female buyers.
Okay, all right. Well, Kun Gopka, let's talk. I mean, in Thailand, if we're talking about Bangkok, it's really hot.
Yes.
And for me, it's really difficult to imagine that people would take up biking as a hobby when it's so hot and sometimes it's very humid.
Yes.
But what about overseas?
Yes.
What's the bike community like? Say in the States, Italy, Australia, Japan. Are they a lot different from the community here in Thailand?
A big difference from abroad to Thailand. You can see that in for example, in European countries or in Japan, they really support of using bicycle. You can see even in the city, in the big city, there's a bicycle lane.
There's a lane, exactly. We don't have a lane for bicycles.
Actually, we have, but we cannot use it.
Cars are parked on that, or
yes.
tour buses use that.
Yes.
Right, so there are more, say they have more support.
Yes.
To ride bikes,
yes,
right?
That's right. And for example, I myself used to study Japan, and students over there, they actually bike from their home to their school, for their university, and there's a bike parking lot, there's a bike lane for everything. So, but right now we see that for example, the governor of city of Bangkok, they try to support that. They actually right now they're making a lot of bicycle lane, but unfortunately with the Thai culture, we don't have the bicycling culture in the city. So you can see that in reality, it doesn't work because people park in you can see a vendor.
Mu ping
yes.
or som tam vendor.
That's right, that's
but
right.
in your opinion, Kun Gop, what do you think, what will it take for Thailand to be a bike, or Bangkok to be a bike-friendly city, for more people to enjoy biking in the city, have their own bike and bike from work to home or the other way around?
Okay, I would say that first of all, you've got to understand the culture and the route in Bangkok. So instead of having bicycle lane over the Bangkok, I think we should design a route that is more bicycle friendly. Maybe have some road that is quite safe for bike and design a lane for that. So it's all about planning. So I think that
so not every road has to have a bike lane.
In reality, I don't think it's feasible to have that, because right now we all know that the road in Bangkok is just the traffic is just bad, and the road condition, sometimes you don't have one lane, two lanes, and sometimes you don't know which lane it is because it's switched all the time.
Exactly.
So I think that to support a bike system, I think you should design a particular road, choose a suitable one, and create a lane for that.
So not all, but a most popular one, maybe, and create a bike lane.
And I would think that would be some areas, especially with the tourist attraction area, that would be nice to have a bicycle lane.
So create a destination, a bike-friendly destination.
Like I said, it's all about planning. You got to have a good condition of road, a big enough road, a safe enough road for the bicycle, and you got to have attraction for people. Otherwise, no one's going to use it.
Do you think it's going to happen soon in Thailand?
Honestly.
Honestly, it's going to take a while, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to take a while. But back to your questions again, right now we see a trend that people just bike outside of Bangkok to the mountain, and I think that may be a more feasible solution. Yes.
All right, we've got time for a short break, but stay tuned on Business Frontier when we bring to you answers about how Bike Specials actually does its marketing campaign to actually put together a community that loves bikes, and whether or not there's challenges lying ahead in the future.